As most of you probably already know, the Wehrmacht's vehicles and weapons outperformed those of the Allies in pretty much every class, from the gas-powered and water-cooled machine guns to the massive rolling fortresses like the Panther and the Tiger. But there were also rumors, myths, legends of monstrosities, Nazi mad scientists putting parts of animals on humans, using drugs to create the perfect warrior. Stuff from a horror movie or a fairy tale. Luftwaffe pilots spoke of flying saucers, and one pilot's story seemed as if he's even seen a dragon lay waste to a battlefield. And now, thanks to video games, we get to play as that dragon. Needless to say, it's gonna be an all-night slobber knocker. What is up, everybody, and welcome to the Military Simulator Tactical Shooter and Historic Gaming channel, where we give away a Steam key at the end of the week, every week. For details on how to possibly be that lucky viewer, just stay tuned. Welcome to Fire and Steel, boyos and goyos. This game is on Steam for $5, and actually for like the next 24 hours or so, there's a little sale going on making it only $4. Now, if you've been around the channel at all for any duration of time, you might be asking yourself, what does this have to do with anything? But once I played it and started laying waste to armies and airplanes and battleships, and then realized that the latter levels were ornate Nazi castles, I just had to include this on the channel. Now, the developers were nice enough to give us some keys to give away. And these times are hard, I get it. Some people can't even afford $4 right now. So make sure you enter the giveaway after watching this. Who knows, you just might get it for free. Now, first things first, this game is a looker. And believe it or not, it's rather demanding in the graphics department. So if you're running on a toaster or a potato, you probably shouldn't even bother. Now, what this game reminds me of is an old game for the Sega Saturn. I remember my neighbor had it, because at the time it was super expensive. Most kids were still playing Nintendo or Super Nintendo. But my neighbor was lucky enough to have a Sega Saturn, and on it was a game called Panzer Dragoon. It's now like a cult classic, but this is what it reminds me of, except of course you're killing American and Nazi troops instead of other dragons and weird fantasy creatures. You start out with a tutorial level. It goes by pretty quickly, and before you know it, you're torching some troops. As you can see, this is the first level. Dogfighting is pretty fun when you have 6 axes of movement. This game is literally you just laying waste to everything around you. Now, I'm playing it on the normal difficulty, and there's like 3 levels of difficulty above that, so if you're looking for a challenge, you could get that too. Ah, yes, this screams of pilots going down. Now, I don't want to spoil too much as far as story goes, and not that there's like a huge story or anything, but you start out killing American troops, and I know the later stages you're killing Nazi troops. You happen to run into some other dragon. I don't know exactly what role he plays. I only got about halfway through the game, I think, but there's definitely some kind of a story there. As far as controlling the dragon, it's super simple. W is forward, A and D strafes left and right. S is what they call hover. It kind of backs up a little bit and kind of floats, standing still, moving back just a little bit. And control, as in duck, will dive, and spacebar will rise. You will gain elevation with spacebar. You blow your fire breath with left mouse, and you have a limited amount of fireballs with the right click. Middle mouse button or tab does like a spidey sense or dragon sense, as you can see here, and that lights up where the enemies are, also where your food source is. Yeah, you can munch down on seagulls or fish. Sometimes there's goats right on the cliffside you can chow down on. Oh my, looky there. It is a massive battleship. Think I'm gonna fly my little dragon down there, strafe the living crap out of it, and then fly off with a slither of health remaining. Check me out. As you can see, the graphics are pretty impressive for a $5 game. I love how those sunbeams come through the clouds there. It looks really cool. So yeah, of course I avoid conflict and go munch down on some fish to get me back to full health before I finish off this battleship. One of the earlier missions, one of several, and then right when you think it's pretty easy, the freaking Luftwaffe descends from the clouds and smack bam, you're dead. Now, I've only gotten a couple hours into the game, and I can tell you personally, the most fun I have with it are the dogfighting parts. It's pretty fun to have these primitive aircraft come at you by the dozens, and you just zip around blowing fire all over the place, watching as they hurtle as a fiery wreck down to the sea or to the land. Yeah, it's pretty fun. Oh yeah, and for you progression people, there are achievements. As you can see, my viewers know I love me some progression.
The Allied powers are dealing deadly blows to the Nazis. However, authorities have confirmed that all communications have been lost with the P-47 squadron.
Yeah, so after every level there's a cool little propaganda video that plays. You can also see your score, so if beating your top score is something you're into, you can do that. But yeah, man, for $5, it's a cool little game. Now, to me, it's more a toy than a game, if that makes sense. Something you jump on, like a visual toy, just enjoy yourself for a little bit. I wouldn't say it's a full-on game, but for $5, I mean, what do you expect? Anyway, in the vein of keeping this video kind of short and YouTube possibly even showing it to people, we're going to go ahead and wrap things up. I want to thank everybody for watching. Again, if this seems like something you enjoyed, then check it out. In like the next 24 hours, you get like 10-15% off. It's only $5 to start with. I want to give a special shout out to my channel members. Consider joining the ranks of the Mil-Simp minions. Get all the cool perks. You also get double the entry in every week's Steam Key giveaway. You can win this game here, Easy Red 2, Space Marine, Mud and Blood, and we get games like Hell Let Loose, Postscriptum, Beyond the Wire all the time. So if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do. We just barreled past 2,000 subscribers. I want to give a special shout out to all y'all. Thank you so much for watching. To enter the giveaway, it's super easy. Just like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, of course. Join us on Discord, it's linked below. Drop a comment, say whatever you want in the comment, but leave your Discord name and number because that's going to work as your ticket stub. Good luck to everybody. I'll see you boys in the next one. Y'all be good to each other.